What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Teen Mom OG recap, which aired on Monday, July 15th on MTV. The show starts off with Tyler getting ready to head to Austin to celebrate his sister Amber's sobriety. His mom is getting on his nerves, bringing up Butch this and Butch that, and have you talk to your dad. And he's like, I don't want to bring him into Amber's moment and ruin her day. It's about Amber, so as of now, I really don't want to talk about Butch. And I don't blame Tyler. So Macy said that she thinks that the PCOS was caused her to have a miscarriage, even though the doctors said that they're not quite sure if PCOS can lead to miscarriage. So Leah's teacher texted her stepmom, and told her that Leah was having chest pains. She was complaining about having chest pains on the bus and that she was crying. And then she was like, and then I checked on her and just asked her, was she feeling better? And she was like, yeah, I'm feeling a little better. And then she started to have the pains again, and then the pains went away again. She was like, so when I looked back at her, she wasn't crying anymore. And I'm like, well, they're taking something like this very lightly. You're talking about a child that's having chest pains, and instead of you calling her parents, you're texting her. Like, we're doing way too much nowadays with new technology and it's texting. Like, come on, it comes a time when you just can't text for certain situations. You have to pick up the phone and actually dial a number and call people, especially when it's about their child crying about having chest pains. Like, that's something serious, not to be ignored. So when she tells Gary, he said he's just going to wait and see if she starts complaining again about the pain before he takes her to a doctor, which I don't think that that's a good idea. That's not something, again, that you should wait for. So Mother's Day is coming up, and Cheyenne expects for Corey to have brunch with her because she's like, Mother's Day coming up. Mother's Day. I'm a mother. It's going to be my day. Like, she have to put so much emphasis on mother and her. Like, girl, we know that you're a mother. We know that you have a child with Corey. We know that you expect Corey to stop what he's doing on Mother's Day to cater to you. So we already know what she was getting to with all that. So he was like, I know, Cheyenne, I know. He was saying that I didn't think you would have a problem with me wanting to take Ryder out to eat, me and Taylor. And she was like, oh, no, I don't have a problem with that. It's like she's saying, as long as you make time for me. So that's the plans that they made so far, to see each other for brunch, her and Corey and Ryder, after he finished up with his date with Taylor. And Ryder's going to be with him for a little while to give Cheyenne a break because it's Mother's Day. So Tyler and his mom, they made it to Austin to be with Amber for her 1-year sober anniversary. And she gives them like a quick practice for the ceremony so that she can receive her chip. And she says that Butch, when she talks to him about it, he, with tears in his eyes, he's asking her, why wasn't he invited? And she was just mentioning like, well, why would I invite you? And you just kind of fell off the wagon. You was doing good for so good. And then now you back to the same old, same old. She said, on top of that, did y'all know that he's tested positive for cocaine? And I'm like, oh my God. At this point, I'm just like speechless. I don't mean to sound judgmental, but when you're rooting for Butch for so long, it just comes a time where it's just like, all right, whatever, I'm done. I mean, there's nothing else you can say. Nothing else you can say. So Macy's giving a speech for the PCOS, and they're going to the Capitol. Well, after going to the Capitol, I think she did this last season. And so she's giving a speech now about the advocacy for the PCOS. And then they're going to talk about going to the Capitol. I guess to propose it. And so yeah, we're going to see how it goes with that. Corey and Taylor together with Ryder, and he's telling her how good it is co-parenting with Cheyenne, and it's not difficult at all, and that they can be peaceful and come to an agreement without any drama behind it. He was like, there's no child support, there's no restraining orders, there's no fussing and fighting and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, that we know of on camera. Because we know that she can get a little annoying, and she probably do way more than that. So Macy goes to Capitol Hill with a proposal to get a sponsor for the PCOS awareness in hopes to make September PCOS Awareness Month. So Amber texts Butch, "Would you like to come to my 1-year sobriety celebration?" And he was like, "No, because nobody was there for me for my 1 year, so you'll be fine. Enjoy your day with your family. It's all about you." And she was like, so he's being bitter, or like very bitter and petty, like, come on, Butch, grow up. Butch has a lot of growing up to do. So Tyler, he just like off the top just started expressing how he feels about him, and he was like, I'm just done with him. He just done with Butch. But Tyler's so proud of Amber, he said that on the strength of Amber's sobriety, that makes him a stronger person. And it keeps him from worrying about Butch as much as he used to. Amber finds out that Leah has been having panic attacks. When they went to go and get a mani and pedi, her and I'm so sorry, y'all, I'm forgetting the stepmom name, Gary's wife. When they all went to go have a mani and pedi, her, Amber, and Leah. And then she just brought it up, like, who just brings that up while you out, having a relaxing moment, you and your child, and I don't agree with that. I don't like how she just brought that up to Amber at that moment. And she know how Amber is. She know that Amber would break down at any moment, especially hearing something like that about your child for the first time. And you're going to tell her this while y'all in the nail salon? Like, come on, girl. So she was like, oh, yeah. Leah's teacher texted and she told me she was having chest pains. And she was like, so I think it's panic attacks. She just talking about it all casually like it ain't nothing. And so Amber, you could tell she was so deeply hurt in that moment, but she was doing the best she can to contain her true feelings, her hurt and frustration. She was like, you have to tell me stuff like this, like in the future, like right away. And I felt that. It's just so sad, like, girl, you got to do better than that. And that wasn't the place for her to tell Amber about that. She should have known about that before they even, like, as soon as she got off the phone. Don't wait on Gary or nothing. Call and tell her mama about this. And so Gary, he doesn't seem like it's something that you should look at seriously, like it's not hereditary. And let's just let Leah be her own person and stop trying to put her in the footsteps of Amber. And she's not going to be like Amber and have all these disorders. Like, this dude here, he just sounded so insensitive in this episode. Like, I just couldn't with him and his wife in this episode. That's probably why I forgot her name, because they really pissed me off the way that she was talking about it to Amber. So Cheyenne made with Corey for lunch for Mother's Day and all that kind of good stuff. And then they were just talking again about Taylor. And he was like, she was saying that she enjoyed herself. So Ryder was asleep. Cheyenne said that she enjoyed herself. He was like, yeah, she really likes Taylor. She liked Taylor more than me. And she was like, oh, that's a good thing. Well, now I feel bad. And then she texted me Happy Mother's Day. I just feel bad about the way I've been talking negative about her and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, and you really need to grow up. So Macy's telling her friend how nervous she was going up to DC for the advocacy day. But she said when she left there feeling strong and accomplished. She said it gives her sanity in knowing that she's not the only one dealing with it. So Amber is upset, and I don't blame her. She's just so upset about Leah having panic attacks. And I mean, it's just sad. And Gary don't want to face the facts that it could be hereditary. It could be something that she just get these triggers because of what she been through, like with the custody thing and with witnessing with her and her mom and her dad has been through, and just everything. Like, you don't really know what that child's going through. So she just completely broke down. And I know the feeling. I went through the same exact thing with my son, which triggered my nervous breakdown. And that's something that I'm going to really do another video and talk about that, like everything that happened. But I'm just not really ready to get deep into it. But I know the feeling. I deeply sympathize with Amber. That's one of the most painful things to have to deal with, knowing the pain that comes along with the disorder, and it's nothing that you can do about it. Being a mother, like speaking from a maternal place, being a mother of a child who didn't deal with it, I know the pain, and I know, you know, what it feels like, knowing that it's nothing you can do. It's no cure. It's not an easy answer to it. It's not something that you can just go in your medicine cabinet and get something like for a common cold, and you know that it'll be better in the morning, you know, or even motherly advice that you give a child after they had a bad day at school, and just knowing that it'll make things all better. Like, it just don't work like that. I mean, I know the pain that goes behind, you know, having a child that's dealing with something like that. But again, I mean, it's just really, really sad the way that they are handling this information and how they're giving it to Amber. I just don't like that. And Gary, he needs to do better and be more, you know, more sympathetic towards the fact that this is his child's mother. So show her some respect and let her know that, you know, you have as much as right as, you know, his wife. I mean, that's her stepmother. But I just feel like that Amber should have gotten that call, you know, first about Leo and his chest pains and stuff. And so anyway, I hate saying anyway, y'all. Like, I'm really working on it, and I'm gonna stop saying it. I hate that. I hate that's a really bad habit of mine. So that concludes tonight's recap of Teen Mom OG. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave your comments down below. I want to thank y'all for watching, and I will see you next week.